So we first started Hawaiiverse Podcast as a way to drive people to our e-commerce store and coupon directory. And so we were thinking, oh, maybe we get on some business owners. So that's why we started with Issa Demar. They're also on Hawaiiverse. They're a bikini company here. And then naturally, the conversation started to gravitate towards culture. Yeah. Because of my background and the things I like to talk about. And then I really just started to get people that I wanted to talk about. I was like, or I had a connection with.
Yeah, I just kept evolving and evolving. And like, it's funny because some of the people that we've had on in the past, like you reached out to them before, right? And you never got anything back from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then you kept trucking at it, and look, then you got them on board.
Yeah. So it was cool how it all started, because I was like, I always wondered what Guy Hoggy thinks about all the memes that came out for him. So I was like, let me talk to Guy Hoggy. I was like, oh, I know Kimmy. She's friends with my family, Kimmy Warner. I was like, oh, let's talk to her. Or who else do we have? Like, Kamaka Fernandez. Yep. You know, he has a super cool story. Let me just talk to him. So it really just started off with people I was interested in getting to know and that we had sharing their story, that we had some sort of connection. And then eventually it grew so big that we had this credibility. Like, I could just be like, hey, you want to come on the podcast? Instead of like, sending messages. Yeah.
Before it was like, it would be an honor to have you on our podcast. And it still is.
It still
but
is.
But now it's also like people are willing to like they want to be on the podcast. Yeah. You know, which is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, people fly to Oahu just to be on the podcast, which is crazy. And I love it. And then so pretty much we were going at that, had the GoPro, and then Jordan, our videographer and producer, he reached out to me on Instagram. He slid into my DMs. saying that he has a Jordan, what is it production company? Oh, he has headphones on. He can't hear me. Okay, he had this media production company, Kingdom Purpose, and he wanted to get into short form content, I guess long form content, and make short form content from the long form. So for example, instead of like putting all this time and effort into making music videos that, you know, don't even do that well on YouTube, why not just do podcasting? Because podcasting, he saw the potential of podcasts. So he saw our podcast and he reached out and he's like, you have this hour-and-a-half long conversation that it's barely needs to be edited. All you have to do is cut up all these clips from that hour-and-a-half long, and you have 7 videos. You have all this content. Instead of, you know, doing all these like little small things. Yeah, exactly. It is, right? So you just have this one video and you get so much content from 2 hours of your time. So Jordan came along. We had the first episode with BJ Penn, and that's when we started upping our quality. That's the quality you see now, which is like the close up of you got the A camera, angles, you got 2 camera setup. You got the wide angle, you got the close up, and we just blast out shotgun approach clips on Instagram, TikTok, everything. YouTube, everything.
And it gets better every time.
And and then, you know, why not just use all of that, and, you know, maybe 1 or 2 clips catch and, you know, they go viral or people really resonate with them. So and
it's very much easier to digest, I think.
Exactly, because not everybody listens to the whole entire podcast.
Yeah.
So majority of the people that talk to me and say, hey, I like your podcast, I love what you're doing, they see the clips on Instagram, which is one of our strengths. I feel like, you know, we're I don't want to say dominating the Instagram market, but I think that's a platform that we really, you know, focused on and we grew. So I think, and I see people kind of doing what we're doing. Similar now, and I see that they're having success, which is good. You know, I'm totally happy for them because, you know,
everybody wants to
I mean, don't catch up to us just yet. But no, I'm happy to see it because that's the formula that we use. And if they can replicate it and have success, that's super awesome. Super stoked for them. So the conversations just naturally started to go into, you know, Hawaii culture, whatever, and not really so much about business. So eventually we were thinking like maybe we should just separate it so that people change the name so that people will understand that Hawaiiverse is not a podcast. Because I swear about 99% of people that didn't know what Hawaiiverse was before, they only think it's a podcast.
Yeah. And which is frustrating because in reality it's like
we do so much more. Yeah.
The podcast was like 20% of Hawaiiverse. You know, we're like, which we're happy about. Like, we want the podcast to succeed, but then it's like frustrating where everyone's working so hard and everything else, and they just didn't understand like exactly what it was because they got confused with the podcast. You know?
It was a good problem to have. It grew so much, and we're very thankful for that. But I just thought, being able to rebrand it was the best idea. And we played around with the idea before, but eventually I was like, okay, I gotta pull the trigger. We gotta do this. Keep it Aloha Podcast. That's what it is today.
Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And we have this platform where we can promote other local businesses. So it's still with the same mindset of supporting local, of helping other people. And that's what Hawaiiverse was founded on.
Correct.
So that's why I love it. It's like everything is still part of the Hawaii's universe.
Yeah.
You'll
still be hearing about Hawaiiverse.
Yeah. And I'm still, and then people ask me, oh wait, so are you still part of Hawaiiverse? Like, yes, I'm part of Hawaiiverse. I'm like, we founded this together. Yeah. Like we're partners, and this is what I love to do.